Hello, my name is Chris Cygan. I'm an ex-Motorcycle Safety Foundation, or MSF, instructor and have performed in several motorcycle drill team exhibitions. My goal in creating this video is to provide you with a practical perspective on improving your skills that you may not have seen yet on the internet. Okay, so in this video we'll cover the following things. We'll go into an introduction, we'll review the pattern and dimensions of the offset serpentine, I'll cover some practical tips, talk about warm-up exercises, go through the offset serpentine at full speed, and then talk a little bit more about it in depth in slow motion. Okay, let's review the pattern and dimensions. Here's a picture of the offset serpentine that you can use when laying out your own course. It shows the dimensions which are used in the police motorcycle skills competition. The overall box is 56 feet 3 inches by 30 feet. The inner cones, labeled A through D and E through F, are 12 feet 6 inches in front of each other and 15 feet in between. I've provided running dimensions to help when marking the course. For example, if you were to extend the tape measure from the bottom left corner to the top left corner, the entire length would measure 56 feet 3 inches. However, you would mark a hash for the first pivot cone A at 12 feet 6 inches, cone B at 25 feet, cone C at 37 feet 6 inches, and cone D at 50 feet. That would leave 6 feet 3 inches between the cone D and the barrier. Also notice the entrance gate in the bottom left corner is 2 feet 6 inches from the barrier and is 5 feet wide. This creates a 7 foot 6 inch area between the pivot cones and the barriers on either side. It's not uncommon to have difficulty executing this pattern at the given dimensions. So if you find yourself in that position, try starting by only setting up the pivot cones labeled A through H. This will eliminate the outside barriers and make it much easier. That will provide the opportunity to start with the basics, and later, as your turning radius improves, you can begin adding the barrier cones until you can run the pattern at the dimensions shown. Okay, so here are some practical tips that you might consider beyond the usual feathering the clutch and using your rear brake sparingly to smooth out your execution. These are 10 things that I mentally go through before each practice. Number 1, visualization. See yourself along the path of travel. Number 2, sit a little forward with your shoulders square. Number 3, keep your head up. Don't look at the front wheel and how far it is from the cones. Number 4, use maximum head turn. Look where you want to go. Number 5, snap the handlebars into full lock quickly. Don't wait or ease into it. Timing here is very important, especially with these very tight dimensions. Number 6, let the motorcycle move beneath you. This is really the concept of counterbalancing, except it's fluid and not as deliberate as most people describe. So they'll say like moving your sitting position to one side of the saddle to shift your weight. That's not what I'm talking about here. This is like as the handlebars come to a locked position and the motorcycle begins to lean, keep your body perpendicular to the pavement and let the motorcycle lean beneath you. This can really help you get past that feeling like you're going to fall over. Number 7, adjust your throttle grip. Start by keeping your wrist down to avoid over-revving the engine. Number 8, try to keep your engine RPMs below 1200. If executed properly, you can execute these skills at idle. Number 9, keep the heel of your braking foot firmly planted on the floorboard. This will help you apply the brake only when needed instead of pressing it while being off balance or because you're supporting your leg weight. And number 10, only run through this pattern in sets of 3 and then stop and turn off your bike to let things cool down. Something I do during this cool down is to use a strip of Velcro to wrap the clutch lever to the hand grip. This will allow the clutch friction plates to separate from each other and disperse heat buildup. It helps keep them from fusing together. Okay, that was the intro and practical tips. Now let me break down what you've been watching on the screen. Warm-up exercises. Once I complete my mental checklist, I go through some figure 8 warm-ups. This helps me get reacquainted with balance, clutch and brake control, and locking and leaning the motorcycle. I usually like to find back-to-back parking spaces, but in this case, I simulate it with what I could get. These white lines are 17 feet 8 inches apart. Okay, let's watch the pattern in full speed. The next step will be to break it down further in slow motion. Here it is in slow motion. The first maneuver is an offset cone weave, passing the first cone A on the right and alternating the next 3 cones. If you find that you're hitting cones during this offset, try this. As your handlebars are even with each cone, fully lock your handlebars. After you are comfortable with this and you want to improve your time, try slightly increasing your speed as your handlebars are even with each cone. Gently tap and release your rear brakes, then fully lock your handlebars. This will force your bike to dip more quickly and restore power to your rear wheel to keep you upright. Once mastered, this technique can be applied to the rest of this course and all other patterns. As you round the last cone in the first column, cone D in the picture, set up to pass the next cone in the second column on the left as well. Go about half to a third of the way between cone E and F before making a full lock right turn. Maintain the lean until midpoint and then immediately full lock left turn. If executed properly, your front tire will almost hit cone D, and this will set you up for maximum maneuverability as you prepare for the next serpentine around cone F. As you complete the sequence of serpentines, keep power to the rear wheel. Keep your elbows tucked in against your body, shoulders straight, head up, and always look towards your next pivot cone, not the barriers. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. You should now be able to set up your own offset serpentine course and successfully complete it using the 10 tips and concepts presented in this video. Thanks for watching, and please let me know in the comment sections what was helpful and what you would like to see the next time. Thanks again. This was Chris Cygan. Ride safe and keep the shiny side up.